Edge loss, also known as thinning of the hairline, is becoming increasingly common among African women today. Really becoming common. What used to be occasional is now widespread. So the question is, what exactly is causing this, and more importantly, can it be reversed? Can it be reversed? Now, edges are the most delicate part of the hair. They are finer, more fragile, and more vulnerable to damage than the rest of the scalp. When they begin to thin or disappear, it is usually a sign of repeated stress over time. I'll repeat that. When they begin to thin or disappear, it is usually a sign of repeated stress over time. Now, I'll try as much as possible to put a few causes in context, because this thing is becoming alarming. And one of the things I've noticed is I'm asking myself, are these people aware? Do they really know that they are losing their edges? Like you are in the marketplace or a public place, or maybe an occasion, and you're seeing people with these very tight hair dons or hairdos, as a matter of fact, and then you are also seeing their frontline hair receding so drastically and dramatically, and you're wondering, is these people, are they aware that they are losing their edges? One of the leading causes is traction, constant pulling from tight hairstyles. Hairstyles like braids, wigs, ponytails, and frontal installations, when done too tightly or worn too often, gradually weakens the hairline. I don't know, sometimes I'm wondering, must you continue to do your hair? Why not give the hair time to rest, time to refresh? I've seen so many women, as they lose one, then they put another one. As they lose one, then they put another. For crying out loud, leave this hair, make it rest. Make it rest. Alright, this condition is known as traction alopecia. The second one here is excessive use of chemicals. Excessive use of chemicals like relaxers, dyes, chemical treatments. But people are not done using, as in they use them back to back. I'm telling you, I sit in the beauty shop every day and I'm watching how these people are picking up relaxers, picking up dyes, picking up chemical treatment, and I'm asking them, this thing won't at the pic, so do you have a routine where you help the hair after all these chemicals you have applied? And they'll be asking, no, I just do my hair. And I'm like, serious? This is danger waiting to happen in the long term. But they don't know, they're not aware. And by the time they start, they lose the hair, they shout up and down, they run, please, my hair is falling, what can I do? And if you're not careful, when you begin to see all these signs, it has gotten to a point where you might not be able to do anything about it because you didn't start early. Excessive use of chemicals, frequent use of chemical treatments such as relaxers and dyes can also contribute. These processes weaken the hair structure, making the edges more prone to breakage and thinning. You see? Now, the third one is lack of proper hair care. For crying out loud, why would you be using a whole lot of chemicals on your hair and you are not taking care of the hair? Maybe sometimes you guys need a little bit of education on what the hair is actually made up of. Because when you begin to know what the hair is made of, maybe you won't be applying chemicals at random that way. lack of proper hair care, dryness, lack of moisture, and poor maintenance routines can accelerate damage. When the hairline is not properly hydrated and protected, it becomes brittle and fragile. That's it. It becomes brittle and fragile. Number 4 here would also be overuse of edge control products. Overuse of edge control products. Heavy gels, repeated brushing of edges. Frequent use of strong edge control gels combined with constant brushing can also weaken the hairline over time. What is meant to style the edges can end up damaging them. That one I see frequently. And anytime they come to the beauty shop, I'm asking, would you like something to help treat this hair? So that and something about edge controls that people don't know is, I've picked up one of those days, and I'm looking at the labels and I'm reading the ingredients, and I'm also reading the instructions. And one of the instructions is that make edge gel no stay overnight for your head. Make it no stay overnight for your hair. What it means is, by the time you are done using it, maybe you went for an occasion and you are back, clear it. But I'm sure most people don't do that. You know, they leave it, they take it to bed, and then the next day they're applying another one, and then the next day they're applying another one. Overuse and over time, before you know, you don't lose your hair with the front of your head. That's what usually happens. The 5th one here, number 5, is health and hormonal factors. In some cases, internal factors such as stress, hormonal imbalance, or nutritional deficiencies may also play a role. Hair health is often connected to overall body health. That I would agree with, but not be waiting they really cause them, because definitely you won't be seeing too many of it. I said plenty, it's all over the place. And sometimes you're like looking at them like, and you know what they now do is they now try to make hair or hairstyles that will cover up the edges. But for how long do you want to do that? For how long? All right, the solutions that I have here as a professional and someone that has helped a whole lot of people to actually work on their hair generally and treatments is: 1, reduce tension immediately. One of the things I tell them is, go barb that hair. First, go barb them. Stop the application of all these strong chemicals first. Go and, if you really want me to work on your hair, go and barb it, and let's start all over again. That's why usually I can't work on your hair when it's been chemically damaged. It's going to be hard. I can't work. Madam, what you need now is go and first go barb the hair. You know, reduce tension immediately. That's number 1. The first step is to reduce tension on the hairline. Avoid tight hairstyles. Opt for looser, low manipulation styles that do not pull on the edges. Number 2, restore moisture. Very, very important. Restore moisture. Keep the edges consistently moisturized. Hydrated hair is more flexible and less likely to break. Use water-based products before sealing with oils. Okay, water-based products before sealing with oils. Number 3, nourish and strengthen. Nourish and strengthen. Incorporate nourishing treatments. Natural oils and herbal-based products can help strengthen the hairline and improve scalp health. Gentle scalp massages can also support blood circulation. All right. Number 4, limit harsh products. That is a total elimination for me. Most of the time I tell them to first eliminate all those things. Reduce the use of harsh edge control products. If styling is necessary, use lighter formulations and avoid excessive brushing. For me, what I'm seeing, once I see your edge, your edges, your front, like, the first thing is no chemicals, and I tell you to go ahead and barb off all the chemically affected as a matter of fact, just go get the hair down, and then we'll start all over again, because that's the only way I can now know where the issue is. All right, so the fifth one here is be patient and consistent. You see, some of these things you have done over for months, starting from days, it they enter months, it they enter years, and then you now want to work on it. You want it once it's 1 week or 2 weeks, make the hair don't start to grow. It doesn't work that way. What I'm seeing right in front of me is as a result of a prolonged usage of chemicals, prolonged not paying attention to your hair. So now you want to work on the hair, you think it's an overnight thing. No, to take some time. So what you need is to be patient and consistent. Hairline recovery takes time. With consistent care and reduced stress, the edges can gradually improve, especially if the damage is not permanent. Especially if the damage is not permanent. If the damage is permanent, I'm sorry. That's why it's better to start early. Okay? Now, edge loss is not something to ignore, but it is also not something to panic about. In many cases, it is preventable and even reversible. The key is early intervention. That is it. Early intervention and the right care. I usually hammer on this early intervention so that you don't get to the point of no return. Because once you get to the point of no return, I'm sorry, I don't know if you do anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, we end it here today. Subscribe to Irududu Natural Hair Gallery for more expert insights on healthy, thriving natural hair, because your crown, I won't lie to you, deserves proper care right down to the edges. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye for now. Take care of yourself. Bye.